this is the video for those students who have already completed all the model papers, preparatory question papers, and even the LBA. Then the questions start. Sir, when I have completed these all things, then why do I want to watch this video? What is the benefit I am going to get? Yes, children, this is the right question. Am I right? Dear students, even though you have covered all the model papers, LBA, preparatory papers, and so many materials, but still this video is so important. The purpose is certain things are there which we have to refer the textbook, which we have to glance the textbook once. Until unless you are not going to refer the textbook, believe me, you can't score in class 10 science. So already, as you know that I have shared the scoring package material, passing package material, but still this video, I am going to show you guys what you want to study from the textbook side. So please kindly don't ignore this video till the last. Just take your textbook, mark those points, take one notebook, jot down those points, what I am going to suggest now. So this video could be the turning point for you people, and it will be a game changer to score in class 10 science. Am I right? So without wasting much time, let's study with Shah Sir. As you can see in class 10 science, first we are going to recap the chapter chemical reactions and equations. Chemical reactions and equations. So what we want to study in this chapter, what the things we have to glance. Let's see children. And before I could continue this class, I request you all guys that after watching this video, do not forget to share this video with your beloved ones, with your friends, with your family members. Why? Because we are covering so important points, so many important points we are going to cover here. You have never believed how it's going to change your learning style. Clear? Good. So in chemical reactions and equations, as you all knows that they may ask you the question if you are going to open your page, that is page number 2. If the students who are studying Karnataka State Board, okay, as you can see page number 2, you can see there is a paragraph. Can you see there is one paragraph here? Can you see here? Yes. So this is a paragraph I am highlighting here, as you can see next to the diagram. So, how can you say that whether the chemical reaction has taken place? So, what are the observations which helps us to identify whether the chemical reaction has taken place or not? So, dear students, I want you need to study that paragraph. Please go through that paragraph. If you see there is a change in state, change in the color, precipitate has formed, change in temperature. By observing these all things, we can say that the chemical reaction has taken place. So, that is one of the important questions. And second important topic what we want to study here is when magnesium reacts with oxygen, as we know that magnesium oxide has formed. Am I right? Now here the question is, why do you want to clean the magnesium ribbon before burning in air? So what is the reason we have to clean the magnesium ribbon? Second thing, after magnesium react with oxygen, it is giving magnesium oxide. So they may ask you to write the nature of this product. Nature of the product. So magnesium oxide. So once if this reacts, magnesium oxide has formed. Am I right? Once if this magnesium oxide has formed, what is going to happen? They may ask you. You can see there is a white dazzling flame is formed, and this is nothing but in a powder form. So magnesium oxide is in a powder form. When it's going to burn, it gives a white dazzling flame. So this word is most important. So do not forget this word, more dazzling flame. Clear? I hope you have understood this reaction. So based on this reaction, you can expect one question. And apart from that, the next topic, what we want to study, what we have to refer from the textbook side, that is in types of chemical reaction. The first type of chemical reaction we have called as combination reaction. Am I right? In combination reaction, the best example we have given, that is calcium oxide plus water. When calcium oxide react with water, that is H2O, it gives calcium hydroxide plus heat is liberated. Children, this reaction is important. This reaction is important. Again, I am repeating. So remember, this calcium oxide is called as quicklime, and this calcium hydroxide is called as slaked lime. Clear? So calcium oxide is quicklime. Calcium oxide is quicklime. Calcium hydroxide is slaked lime. Clear? They may ask you the question like this. When calcium oxide react with water, name the product formed. So what is the product is formed when calcium oxide react with water? That is calcium hydroxide. Clear? So you need to understand this question, and this is an example of combination reaction. This is one of the most important reaction. Should not forget about this reaction. Clear? Yeah. And apart from that, one more thing, that is page number 7. Please open page number 7. Page number 7. Can you see? We have got still more examples like burning of coal. Children, please understand. This could be a multiple choice question. Can you see this burning of coal? Option 1, burning of coal. Calcium plus oxygen give carbon dioxide. Burning of coal. Formation of water. Hydrogen and oxygen combines together. Water is formed. Water is formed. Can you see these two examples? Understood? Burning of coal or formation of water. Formation of water or burning of natural gas. That is methane plus oxygen gives carbon dioxide plus water. Can you see this? Can you see this example? Again, I am repeating. Burning of coal, formation of water, burning of natural gas, and even you can see this glucose C6H12O6. When it reacts with oxygen, it gives carbon dioxide, water plus energy. Can you see these reactions? Yeah. So these all reactions are the examples of combination reaction. Combination reaction. And apart from that, one thing interesting in this, we have to identify. What is that, you know? See here. This H2 plus O2 react with H2O. They may ask you to balance this reaction. Clear? Again, this methane. Can you see this? When methane react with oxygen, that is burning of natural gas, balance this reaction. Can you see this? This is nothing but photosynthesis reaction. Isn't it? Photosynthesis reaction is happening. Or it is also an example of respiration. The best example of respiration. Understood? Even here also they can ask you the balancing. How they will ask balancing? See here. They will give H2 plus O2 give H2O, no? They will say X H2 plus O2 gives Y H2O. Identify what is X and Y. What is X and Y? Understood? You have to write what comes in place of X, what comes in place of Y. So these all are 1 mark questions. So what are the things I have highlighted? Remember, the first example is burning of coal, formation of water. Understood? Formation of water and burning of natural gas and respiration reaction. Respiration reaction. So these all examples of what? Combination reaction, and also decomposition of vegetable matter into compost. That is example of what? See children, the combination reaction is also known as, don't forget, exothermic reactions. Sometimes they won't say combination. They'll give in the multiple choice exothermic word. So exothermic reaction or combination reaction, both are same. Don't forget. So especially this word, decomposition of vegetable matter into compost. This same sentence could be asked in the exam. So be careful with this word. Understood? What are the things you have to study? Understood from the first chapter recap? Yeah, great. And now we will come back to the reaction called as decomposition reaction. Very, 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 very important reaction. That is decomposition reaction. Children, in decomposition reaction, we have got 3 reactions. How many reactions we have? 3 reactions. All the 3 reactions are most important reactions. Again, I am repeating. The first reaction is what? FeSO4. That is ferrous sulfate. When ferrous sulfate crystals are heated, what is going to form? Fe2O3, ferric oxide, sulfur dioxide and sulfur trioxide. Remember this reaction. When ferrous sulfate crystals are heated, it gives ferric oxide, sulfur dioxide and sulfur trioxide. Now here the question is, how ferrous sulfate crystals are heated to form ferric oxide. How ferrous sulfate crystals are changing into ferric oxide. How this change is happening. So what is the reason to happen this change? See, the most important thing is here ferrous sulfate crystals, when we are going to heat them, what is happening? They're losing the water. There is a loss of water is happening. This is the most important word. Understood? They lose water, and due to the loss of water, they will change their color. There will be a change in its color. The color will change. The color will change of the ferrous sulfate crystals. Okay. So as you can see, initially these ferrous sulfate crystals they are in light green color. Which color? They are in light green color. When there is a loss of water, there is a loss of water. Due to this loss of water, they changes into ferric oxide. Now this ferric oxide is nothing but it's in the color of reddish brown color. Reddish brown color. See children, in this change, during this change, we have seen what loss of water. That loss of water is known as water of crystallization. They may ask you for 1 mark. What is water of crystallization? It's a 1 mark question. What is water of crystallization? So you have to study this word. Clear? I hope you have understood. Now this ferric oxide which is formed, it's in solid state. Remember the nature. And sulfur dioxide and sulfur trioxide are nothing but gases. They are the gases are liberated. So children, this is the one of the most important reaction. Again I am repeating, you should not forget. Ferrous sulfate crystals, when they are heating, it form ferric oxide. So usually ferrous sulfate crystals are in light green in color. When they are going to change, what happens? This FeSO4 ferrous sulfate crystals, in that 7H2O. Can you see this? This is a loss of water. From this ferrous sulfate crystals, this is a loss of water. Due to that, they are going to change their color, so that ferric oxide is formed. Main important word is loss of water. Second important word, initially they are light green in color, later they are reddish brown in color. That is the second change. And third is ferric oxide is formed. Fourth is name the gases liberated. Which are the gases are liberated? Sulfur dioxide and sulfur trioxide. So these are the gases liberated. This is the third. And fourth important word is what is water of crystallization. Clear? And second important reaction, my dear students, as you can see, calcium carbonate, COCO3. Calcium carbonate. When this calcium carbonate, that is called as limestone. Don't forget, we have three words. One is quicklime, second is slakelime. Quicklime is CaO, calcium oxide is quicklime, calcium hydroxide is slakelime, CaCO3 calcium carbonate. Ca is calcium, CO3 carbonate. Again, when this calcium carbonate is heated, it forms calcium oxide, that is quicklime. Plus carbon dioxide gas is liberated. Plus carbon dioxide gas is liberated. And children, remember, this reaction we are using in the manufacturing of cement. 1 mark question. Manufacturing of cement. Concept is clear? Understood? Yeah. One thing, have you seen something is happening here? First, what we had? CaO, calcium oxide. Remember, when calcium oxide react with water, calcium hydroxide has formed. Clear? See, interesting. We got calcium hydroxide. Again, this calcium hydroxide, when you react with carbon dioxide, see the things. क्या मिला बेटा? कैल्शियम हाइड्रोक्साइड मिला. अबे कैल्शियम हाइड्रोक्साइड को कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड के साथ में रिएक्ट करो तो आपको क्या मिलेगा? कैल्शियम कार्बोनेट मिलेगा, CaCO3 प्लस H2O. कैल्शियम कार्बोनेट मिला. फिर ये कैल्शियम कार्बोनेट को आप अंडरस्टूड हीट कीजिए. Just you heat them. You don't combine with anything. Just you heat calcium carbonate. Once if you are eating calcium carbonate, we get calcium oxide. So what we had before, we got after. Again, we got calcium oxide. Can you see the change? Now, these two examples of combination reaction, and this again changing calcium carbonate to its initial form. उसका पहले के form में, पहला का form क्या है? Calcium oxide. That is decomposition reaction. Can you see these three reactions? Understood? And the second reaction, can you see calcium hydroxide when they react with carbon dioxide, calcium carbonate? So this reaction where we are using whitewashing the walls. That is there in page number 7. In one note column they have given. Second reaction, whitewashing. Understood? Clear? Yes. Yeah. And third, most important thing is, children's, very important, PbNO3 twice. That is lead nitrate crystals. What happens when we heat the lead nitrate crystals? When lead nitrate crystals are heated, it gives lead oxide plus nitrogen dioxide plus oxygen. This is a speciality of this reaction. We have got lead nitrate. When lead nitrate crystals are heated, it gives lead oxide, nitrogen dioxide, and oxygen. Children, this reaction they can ask you in balancing also. This reaction can be asked in balancing. You know what is balancing? See, they'll give you A. Here they will give B. Here they will give C. Identify ABC. Identify ABC. Example I am just giving. So this reaction they may ask you to balance also. Be careful. And in this reaction, one beauty is there. When lead nitrate crystals are heated, it gives lead oxide, no? Yes. Some gases are liberated, some fumes are liberated. They may ask you to write the color of this fume. What is the color of the fume? Fume means what? Gas. Which gas? Nitrogen dioxide is a gas, NO2. So these NO2 gases are coming in the form of brown fumes. Remember this color, brown. They are in a brown color, brown fumes. Nitrogen dioxide is nothing but brown fume. Don't forget that word. Any doubts? No, sir. Understood till here? You got the basic information like what we have to study. It's a complete recap of your science. And see children, during electrolysis of water, in these two electrodes, can you see the level? This is the level of oxygen. And here, this is the level of hydrogen. Isn't it? During electrolysis of water, this is the level of oxygen and this is the level of hydrogen. So oxygen and hydrogen are in the ratio 1:2. Can you see the space occupied? Can you see the space occupied here? They are in the ratio 1:2. Oxygen is to hydrogen means 1:2. Hydrogen is to oxygen 2:1. Can you see the gap is more? Here gap is less. So this is one part, this is two parts. That is 1:2. So that one you have to remember. And similarly, AgCl, which one? Silver chloride. Ag is silver. When silver chloride is heated, means here we are not heating. That is in the presence of sunlight. This reaction is happening in the presence of sunlight. See, why? Because decomposition reaction can happen in three ways. One is heating, that is called as thermal decomposition reaction. In the presence of heat, thermal decomposition. By passing current, electrolysis. By using electrolysis. And next is photolytic, means by passing electric current. In the presence of sunlight, photolytic. In presence of heat, in the presence of current, in the presence of sunlight. If this reaction happens in the presence of sunlight, silver chloride, in the presence of sunlight, it changes into silver plus chloride. Silver chloride in the presence of sunlight, it forms silver plus chloride. Same way, silver bromide in the presence of sunlight, it forms silver plus bromide. Silver plus bromide. Understood? So these all reactions are very important reactions. But comparatively, and children, this reaction in the presence of sunlight, this reaction we are using in photography, black and white photography. Remember, this reaction we are using in black and white photography. And decomposition reactions are also known as endothermic reactions. Understood? Combination reaction, exothermic. Decomposition reaction, endothermic. Over? And concepts are clear?
Yes.
And displacement reaction. I hope you remember displacement reaction.
Yes.
Fe plus CuSO4 give FeSO4 plus Cu. Zn plus CuSO4 gives ZnSO4 plus Cu. Pb plus CuCl2 gives PbCl2 plus Cu. Children, based on displacement reaction, they will give the question like this. They will give A and B. In which displacement reaction will take place? You have to identify. You remember now? A highly reactive metal can displace a least reactive metal. You remember that reaction now? Ka, na, खाले को मंजे आलू लाना जिद करे तो लोहा पकड़ को घर में घुस को कुत्ते को मारे जैसा मार दो हाउ जी आओ बोल को डकार देखो जो so this is the example. Remember now reactivity series. By using this reactivity series, you need to identify which is the highly reactive metal and which is the least reactive metal and where the displacement reaction can take place. And remember these three reactions which I give you now. Understood? Remember the order. The first reaction is Fe, second reaction is Zn, third reaction is Pb. So you have to arrange them in order. Remember, here Zn and Pb are the most reactive metals. Am I right? Yes or no? Among these three, which is the most reactive?
Zn.
Among all the three, which is the most reactive?
Zn.
Zn, because here Zn is coming first. Clear?
Yes.
So Zn, that is zinc and lead, are more reactive elements than copper. See, here also we have copper, here also we have copper, here also we have copper. All the three are reacting with copper only, no? Are you getting? देखो बेटा तीनों भी कॉपर के साथ रिएक्ट हो रही है ना. Fe भी कॉपर के साथ रिएक्ट हो रहा है. See, Fe is reacting with copper.
Yes.
Zn also reacting with copper. Pb is also reacting with copper. So among all the three, the first two are more reactive reactions compared to all the three. And at last but not least, double displacement reaction. So in double displacement reaction, children, this is the one of the most important reaction. Remember, that is sodium sulfate plus barium chloride gives barium sulfate plus sodium chloride. NaCl is what? Salt. See here, when this reaction is reacting with this reaction, that is sodium sulfate plus barium chloride, there will be an exchange of ions, plus minus, plus minus. This plus will react with minus, this plus will react with this minus. Can you see that there is a change in ions? Due to the change of ions, double displacement reaction will take place. During double displacement reaction, remember, we get two products. We are going to get two products during double displacement reaction. In the two products, always the one product will be a salt and the other product will be a precipitate. The other will be a precipitate. Here you can expect one question. What is precipitation reaction? Or else they may give you this reaction and they may ask you to identify the precipitate.
Yes, sir.
Or they will give you this reaction, they will ask you identify which type of chemical reaction is this. So this is a double displacement reaction in which barium sulfate is our precipitate Sodium chloride is the salt. Understood? Concept is clear?
Yes, sir.
Precipitation reaction means no further reaction will take place. The product what we got from that, no further reaction can take place. That is called as precipitation reaction. And ultimately we have oxidation reduction. Oxidation means addition of oxygen, removal of hydrogen. Reduction reaction, reduction reaction, removal of oxygen, addition of hydrogen. See here, this is our oxidation. Excuse me, girls. This is our reduction. In oxidation reaction, addition of oxygen, removal of hydrogen. In reduction reaction, removal of oxygen, addition of hydrogen. So this reaction is called as oxidation and reduction reaction. And here they may give you the example. What is that? CuO plus H2O gives Cu plus H2O. Identify. Children, be careful here. See here they can ask you, they may do a small twist. See, identify, please don't write, first understand. Identify oxidation and reduction reactions in reactant. Just what we do know, we just see identify oxidation reduction. We never give concentration on the word where they are asking. They are asking in the LHS side or RHS side. As soon we see where is oxidation is happening, sir. In hydrogen oxidation is happening, sir. In copper oxide reduction is happening, sir. We tell. Am I right? This is what the mistake we do. Please don't do that mistake. They are asking you to identify oxidation and reduction in this reaction. Which side? They are asking in the reactant side or product side. First you check. Read the question first carefully. If they ask in the reactant side, what is the answer? Hydrogen is becoming H2 is becoming H2O. That is oxidation. CuO is becoming CO. That is reduction. If they ask reactant side. If they ask product side, where is oxidation is happening? Product. Where is oxidation is happening? CuO is becoming CO. What is that? That is also oxidation only. See here. First we had O here. But here O is there with this? No. It means this is reduction. Means oxygen is removed. Either let they ask reactant or let they ask product, same answer. CuO is becoming CO is what? Oxidation. If they ask reactant, you write CuO is what? If they ask reactant side, what is the answer? CuO is becoming CO. Here CuO is reduction. Just you have to write CuO. Identify the oxidation and reduction in this. They ask you in the reactant side. I'll just clear this concept now. If they ask, identify the oxidation reaction in the reactant. Just you write hydrogen. Enough. That's all the answer. Just you write hydrogen. They ask you to only identify. खाली identify करना है आपको. कौन सा reactant side oxidation हो रहा है? Hydrogen. That's all the answer. समझ में आया? If they ask on reactant side, what you should write? Hydrogen. Hydrogen is oxidation is happening. CuO is reduction. Just you write hydrogen is oxidation. CuO is reduction. If they say product side, identify the oxidation and reduction. CuO is oxidized. H2O is reduced. Sorry. Which is oxidized? H2O. H2O is oxidized. H2 के पास तो इसना ऑक्सीजन मिला. किसे ऑक्सीजन मिला इधर? H2 को. H2 got oxygen, no? So H2O is oxidized. H2O is oxidized. और किसके पास ऑक्सीजन रिमूव हुआ,
CO. CO is
that is reduced. So which is reduced? Cu is reduced in the product side. Understood? But on the whole, we can say that CuO is becoming CO.
Yes.
CuO is
CO.
CO. It means CuO is reduced. CuO is reduced or Cu is reduced. Both are same. No, you understood.
Yes.
Both are same. If they say reactant side, you write CuO. If they say product side, you write Cu. Now, which is reduced in this reaction? Sorry, reduced is CuO and Co. Which is oxidized? H2 became
H2O.
H2O. This is oxidized. Who is reactant side? Who is oxidized?
H2O.
H2. In the product side, who is oxidized?
H2O.
That's all. And both the reactions together we call as redox reaction. In the reaction where both oxidation and reduction takes place, that is called as redox reaction. Example, you can write this reaction. And similarly, we have rancidity. So what is rancidity? What is rancidity? Yeah. What is rancidity? Definition. If there is oxidation reaction takes place in the reaction in the presence of oil or fat is called as oxidation reaction. Due to this reaction, there will be a foul smell. There will be a foul smell and the food becomes rancid. Understood? These are the causes. So what are the causes of rancidity? The food will be a foul smell, means we get a bad smell, rotten smell, and the food become rancid, that is spoiled. The food will be spoiled. So these are the causes of rancidity. In the reaction, if there is a oxidation reaction takes place in the presence of fat or oil, is called as rancidity. The causes of rancidity is foul smell, the food becomes rancid. These are the causes of rancidity. And how can you prevent that? By passing nitrogen gas or by adding nitrogen gas. By using nitrogen gas, understood, we can prevent rancidity, or by using a tight packed container. If you are going to keep the food in a tight packed container, understood, you get the food will not get spoiled. And also by using antioxidants, if you are going to store the food. So these are the preventive measures. Yeah. By refrigerating, yeah, that also is there. By refrigerating the food, understood, the food will not get spoiled. So these are the different means how we can prevent from rancidity. I hope you have understood. And ultimately, children, you have to understand the balancing the chemical reactions. You should know how to balance the chemical reaction. So this is the end of the chapter, chemical reactions and equations. And next, coming back to the next chapter, acid, bases and salts. Acid, bases and salts. Let me have a recap on this chapter. Children, in this acid, bases and salts, okay, you should know the difference between acids and bases. So what are acids and what are bases? Remember, acids they form hydrogen. Acids form hydrogen and bases form hydroxide ions. In acids, hydrogen will be liberated and bases, hydroxide will be liberated. Hydroxides are formed, here hydrogens are formed. So this is the major difference between acids and bases. During any reaction, if you get an hydrogen gas, if you get an hydrogen ion, acids. If you get hydroxide, bases. फर्स्ट थिंग, किसी के पास में अगर से कौन सा भी वर्ड H के साथ आपको एंड हो रहा है, दिख रहा है, H दिख रहा है आपको किसी के साथ, दैट इज एसिड. किसी के साथ आपको OH दिख रहा है, दैट इज बेस. अंडरस्टूड?
Yes.
कहीं पे भी आपको H दिख रहा है,
Acid.
acid. OH दिख रहा है,
Base.
first thing. And children, one thing you have to remember, litmus. So litmus is a natural indicator, don't forget. Litmus is a natural indicator which we use to identify whether the given reaction is acid or base.
Oh.
It's a natural indicator. Litmus and also your turmeric. Turmeric is also an example of natural indicator. Don't forget. And how do acids and bases react with metals? Children, this is important reaction. That is page number 19. How do acids and bases react with metals? Based on this, we have a reaction called as pop test. There is a diagram. It's an important reaction. That's the reason I'm telling. There is a reaction. How do acids and bases react with metals? That is called as a pop test. Okay. And they may ask you pop test. That is reaction of zinc granules. Reaction of zinc granules with hydrochloric acid. Understood? That is when acid reacts with when the acid reacts with a metal. When acid react with metal, what happens? So in this reaction, how do acids and bases react with metals? See children, when acid react with metal, it gives salt plus hydrogen gas. Salt plus hydrogen gas. Example, let me say acid is hydrochloric acid reacts with a metal Zn, zinc. So we get zinc chloride plus hydrogen gas is liberated. This is the reaction. When acid react with metal, when acid react with a metal, it gives salt plus hydrogen gas. Similarly, when the base, that is NaOH, very important reaction. NaOH, that is base. When NaOH reacts with a metal, let me take an example of zinc only. When sodium hydroxide, here HCl, H is plus, Cl is minus, so it is acid. Here Na is plus, OH is minus, we got OH, so it is a base. Clear? When the base react with acid, it gives sodium zincate, Na2 ZnO2. Na2 ZnO2, that is sodium zincate plus hydrogen gas. Children, this word is very important. This word is very important. Again, I am repeating. That is sodium zincate. This word again I am repeating. Even if you are entering into the exam hall also, you remember this word and go inside. One of the most important reaction and one of the most important word. When sodium hydroxide react with a metal, it gives sodium zincate, Na2ZnO2 plus hydrogen. Okay? And apart from that, children, I want you have to study this paragraph. Page number 20. Please study that paragraph. How do metal carbonates and metal hydrogen carbonates react with acids? Very important. Please study that paragraph. It will be very much helpful. The entire paragraph you need to study. Once again, I am repeating. This complete paragraph you need to study. Clear? And apart from that, what we need to study is what happens. That is page number 23. Now I'll come back to page number 23. And this also reaction of in page number 21 we can see reaction of metallic oxides with acids. Reaction of metallic oxides with acids. Just have a glance on this. Just read this paragraph. Read that paragraph once. Okay? Clear?
Yes.
Yeah. And whether we should put acid with water or water on acid, which is recommended. Adding water on acid or acid on water, which is recommended. Study that, which is recommended. And ultimately come back to the topic pH. Children, remember in pH scale, the pH scale lies between 0 to 14. In between we have a 7. The area lies between 0 to 7 is acidic in nature. The area which lies between 7 to 14, the area lies between 7 to 14 is base. The values coming from 7 to 0, decreasing order. If value is decreasing, is nothing but acidic nature is increasing. समझ में आया बेटा? किसी का pH एग्जांपल 5 है, किसी का pH 2 है, which is more acidic? 2 is more acidic, 5 is less acidic. Remember, if value is decreasing, acidic nature increasing. In this case, if value is increasing, basic nature is decreasing. Basic nature is decreasing. Example, observe here. One pH is 8, another pH is 11. One is pH is 8, other pH is 11. Understood?
Yes.
Now in this basic nature, 8 is less basic, 11 is more basic. As the pH increases, basic nature also increases.
Strong one. 11 here.
Strong is 11.
11.
Strong is 11. Weak is 8. In acidic case,
2 is strong.
2 is strong, 5
5
is weak. Remember this. Understood this condition? Based on this condition, they will give you some table. And the value which is 7, the value which is 7, that is neutral. Example, distilled water. Pure water. Distilled water, the pH is 7. The pH of 7 is, the pH value of 7 is neutral. It is neither acidic nor basic. Okay? Clear?
Yes.
And ultimately, coming to the conclusion, last but not least, very, 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 very important. Please study this point, importance of pH. Beta, 100% sure question will come from this in any of the order. Understood? Importance of pH in our daily life. So this importance of pH is nothing but it comes in neutralization reaction also. What is neutralization reaction? If there is some acidic, if you want to remove acidic, what we should do? We should add base. When acid and base react with each other to form salt and water, this reaction is known as neutralization reaction. When acid reacts with base, it gives salt and water. ठीक है बेटा?
Yes.
Examples are acidic. Examples are tooth decay, agricultural field, and indigestion. Indigestion, if the food get indigested. Understood? These all are what? Acidic in nature. To remove this, and when a honeybee is stung, it forms methanoic acid. Understood? It releases methanoic acid. To prevent that, what we should do? So these all are what? Acidic in nature. To, if anything happens, if tooth decay happens, if the soil get acidic in nature, if there is an indigestion in our stomach, or honeybee stung on the part of a body, what is happening? Acidic nature is formed. To prevent that, what we should do? We have to add base. Correct? So how do you add base? If the tooth get decayed, we add toothpaste. Toothpaste is base. Correct now? Similarly, in agricultural field, what farmers are doing? What they are doing? In the agricultural field. In the agricultural field, what the farmers are doing? Huh? To remove the base, what they are doing?
They're adding lime.
Huh?
To remove them, they are neutralizing.
Yeah, to remove, that's what, to neutralize what they are doing.
Is also like
They are,
adding like
yeah, children. What they do? They add calcium carbonate. Remember, in agricultural field, to remove the acidic content in the soil, what they do? They add calcium carbonate. So actually, this is the most practical method we use. And sometimes they are going to add quicklime also. They will add quicklime or slaked lime also they will add. Understood? To neutralize the acidity. If you want fast reaction, quickly, the soil should get removed from the acidic nature. Means they ask quicklime or slaked lime. Rapid reaction should happen. Fastly you want the reaction means we add quicklime or slaked lime. Okay, somehow let it take some time and get the reaction neutralized means they use calcium carbonate. Clear? All of you? And similarly, in indigestion, what they add? Example, if you get more acidity in your stomach, to neutralize, we add milk of magnesia. Milk of magnesia. So this milk of magnesia will act as a base, which neutralize the acidity formed in our stomach. Understood? Milk of magnesia. That's nothing but magnesium hydroxide, MgOH twice. Milk of magnesia to prevent the indigestion of the food. Milk of magnesium. Similarly, when the honeybee is stung on the body, it releases methanoic acid. To prevent that methanoic acid, what we use?
baking soda.
Baking soda. So remember, these all pH. And at last but not least, what is acid rain? Understood? What is acid rain? If the pH is less than 5.6, acid rain form. When the tooth decay takes place, when the pH is less than 5.5. Remember this word. 5.5, less than 5.5, tooth decay. Less than 5.6, acid rain. Only one digit, 0.1 digit is difference. Less than 5.5, acid rain. Less than 5.6, less than 5.5, tooth decay. Less than 5.6, acid rain. Understood? Because of acid rain, you can see it becomes very difficult for the aquatic life. Understood? To survive. So, who is responsible for acid rain?
Yes.
CFCs, chlorofluorocarbons are responsible. Remember? Yeah. And remember, in tamarind, see children, page number 28, because I don't have that much time, so I'm just giving the clue. Page number 28, you can see some naturally occurring acids. One table is there. That table is very important for 1 mark. Study the table. Page number 28, you can see a table. Some naturally occurring acids: vinegar, orange, tamarind, tomato, lemon, ant sting, nettle sting, and also gastric juice you can add over there. It's not there, you can add gastric juice. Will you study?
Yes, sir.
Good. And salts. Remember the names of the salts. We have baking soda,
Washing soda.
washing soda,
Bleaching powder.
washing soda, bleaching powder,
Here.
plaster of Paris, gypsum. Among these all the three, we have baking soda, washing soda. No, baking soda is very important. Bleaching powder important. POP important. In these three important, especially in these three cases, remember how we are going to prepare them.
Hmm.
Especially in these three cases, identify how we can prepare them. And apart from that, the rest from everyone, remember their molecular formula, chemical name, molecular formula uses. But especially these three, baking soda, bleaching powder, POP, you have to remember how do you prepare them also. How you can prepare them. Okay? And last but not least, I won't say, it's a last only. That is, we have a method to manufacture sodium hydroxide. we are going to form NaOH. How this sodium hydroxide is formed? To prepare the sodium hydroxide, we use the process called as chlor-alkali process. Chlor-alkali process. In this chlor-alkali process, remember, they may ask you, what is brine solution? Remember, what is brine solution? And what are the products formed during chlor-alkali process? And which are the gases released during chlor-alkali process? And what is the product formed at anode? And what is the product formed at cathode? They will ask you this question. And what are the products formed? Their uses of their product. So these are the sub questions. What is brine solution? What are the products formed during chlor-alkali process? And write their uses. And which are the gases liberated during chlor-alkali process, and what is the, especially they will target this word, at anode what is the product is formed, at cathode what is the product is formed. Okay, understood? Good, great. Now we'll come back to the chapter life processes. Children, I hope you have understood. We got a quick recap of the entire chapter, what we want to study. Life processes. Yeah, in life processes chapter, you need to study what is the difference between autotrophic nutrition, autotrophic nutrition, and heterotrophic nutrition. You should know the difference. First important. What is the difference between autotrophic nutrition and heterotrophic nutrition? And second important question you need to study here. That is page number 40. Start from page number 40. We have the different events. Can you see this? Can you see here? Page number 40. Can you see this picture? Next to this picture, you can see certain points are there. Please study these points. So these are the different events that occurs during photosynthesis. So definition of photosynthesis. What are the events or what are the steps involved during photosynthesis? And what are the materials required during photosynthesis? Very important question. And also their chemical reaction. Kindly study this paragraph in detail. It will be very much helpful. And how the stomata will open and close. How the stomata will open and how the stomata will close. What happens during opening and closing the stomatal pore? What happens? How the gas exchange takes place during the opening and closing of stomata. It's a 1 mark question. And also the diagram is important here. The diagram of opening and closing of stomata. And children, in the diagram part, electrolysis of water in the first chapter, chemical reaction and equation. Yeah, that electrolysis of water diagram is important. Okay. Yeah. And children, how the nutrition takes place in amoeba? They may ask you this question. You have to explain this. Explain the nutrition in amoeba. How the nutrition takes place in amoeba. You need to understand. And page number 43. Page number 43. In that we have human elementary canal. Human elementary canal. Yeah. So what we want to study here. See here. I'll tell you. I'll brief you what you want to study. In this human elementary canal, we have different parts. Please study from which are the parts the enzymes are produced and what are the functions of their enzymes. Please identify the enzymes which are produced and what is the function of those enzymes, and especially about the small intestine. You need to explain the digestion of food in small intestine. How the digestion of food takes place in small intestine. During this only these enzymes will take place. उस तरीके में enzymes काम करते हैं बेटा. Small intestine में जब food complete digest होता. And also you need to remember, this is the part, this is the place, this is the final stage where the complete digestion of food takes place. Completion of food, complete digestion will take place in small intestine. You need to explain, especially this paragraph. Kindly go through it. Small intestine is the complete site of digestion. How? Explain. Or explain the digestion of food in small intestine. Explain. समझ में बेटा? हाँ. Especially this lipase, trypsin, understood? Amylase. So, what are the functions? And also in this, where all the glands are there, check. So, what are the functions of those glands? Remember, two things you have to remember. What is glands? Their function. Enzymes, their function. Okay, and small intestine function. How the small intestine will help in the digestion of food. Understood? And also, there are certain juices are produced. That was called as gastric juice. So identify which are the gastric juice and pancreatic juice. Gastric juice and pancreatic juice. Understood? We have a word called as a bile juice. Remember. So bile juice is present where? In gallbladder. Bile juice is present in gallbladder. From where it is produced? From liver. From liver we get bile juice. Where it is present? Gallbladder. Remember the site. Yeah, that's enough. And which acid is present in the stomach? HCl. Hydrochloric acid is present in the stomach. Clear? And coming back to the topic, respiration. In respiration, you need to understand the mechanism of breathing. Mechanism of breathing. How the breathing takes place. Mechanism of breathing. And very important, any question can come from this topic. Breakdown of glucose. Breakdown of glucose. How the glucose is going to break. From this flow chart, you can see there is a flow chart here in breakdown of glucose. Yeah, that is page number 46. Remember, please study this. Very important. Breakdown of glucose. In this only we get one difference question. Aerobic respiration and anaerobic respiration. Very important difference. Very important difference. Please go through that. Understood? And here, one important function they will ask you. What is that important function is? What is the function of alveoli? What is the function of alveoli? It's an important question. Understood? In plants, where the gas exchange will take place? Stomata. In animals, where the gas exchange takes place? Alveoli. So these are the two places where the gas exchange will take place. In human beings, alveoli, gas exchange will take place. In plants, stomata, where gas exchange will take place. So here they will combine these both the things. They will ask you, write the function of alveoli and stomata. Clear? Understood? And ultimately, we come back for transportation. In transportation, they may ask you the explanation on double circulation of blood. Briefly explain double circulation of blood. Briefly explain double circulation of blood and write its importance. And write its importance. Yeah. Understood? Clear? Yeah. And remember, some parts are there, they may ask you. So, write the function of septum. They may ask you this. Septum. It divides the heart into oxygenated and deoxygenated blood. So, septum is the part which divides the heart into oxygenated and deoxygenated. Yeah, remember that word, septum. It's important. Clear? Functioning of, if they ask you, briefly explain the functioning of human heart. How the heart functions also, we can write double circulation of blood. That concept only. And human heart diagram is very important. Very important. Star. Diagram of human heart. And here, we have certain things. See here. So, write the difference between blood and lymph. They may ask you. Write the difference between blood and limb, bone and cartilage. Children, in case if you are not finding the difference here, you can just Google it and you can prepare for these differences. Blood and limb, bone and cartilage. Okay. RBC and WBC difference. Okay. And how you can maintain the platelets. Platelets. It's there in page number 51. Maintenance of platelets. Okay. And coming back to transportation in plants, very, very, very important. Please completely study the concept called as transpiration. How the transpiration and translocation takes place in plants. How transpiration and translocation takes place in plants. It's nothing but difference between xylem and phloem. How the xylem tissue works and how the phloem tissue works. Understood? Translocation, that is nothing but phloem. In transpiration, we get xylem. And excretion. Ultimately, we come back to the concept excretion. Children, in excretion topic, very, very, very important is mention the different methods how the excretion will take place in plants and animals, in both. How the excretion takes place, mention the different methods how the excretion takes place in plants and how the excretion will take place in animals. Animals means human beings. This is one of the most common repeated question in model paper. Different methods of excretion. This question has appeared. And ultimately, explain the formation of urine. How the urine is formed. Formation of urine and structure of nephron. Structure of nephron diagram is important. Just study this much. Clear? Children, this question excretion they will ask you like this. What are the methods used by plants to get rid waste or excretory products? Which are the different methods used by plants to get rid of excretory products? Understood? Clear? All of you? Yeah, this is the end of the chapter, life processes. And next, coming back to the chapter, control and coordination. Control and coordination. In control and coordination, you have to understand the concept called as synapse. So, what is synapse? What are neurotransmitters? Please understand this word neurotransmitters. About this, you will get in the page number 59. In page number 59, you will get this information. Kindly study that. Page number 59. And next, coming back to page number 60, you can see you have to trace the events, how the reflex action takes place. Trace the action. You have to trace the events of reflex action. You can see there is a diagram also is given in page number 61. So how this functions. Okay. And human brain diagram is very, very, very important. Human brain diagram is very, very, very important. And children, the diagrams are there, no? Their parts, functions, you remember. Their parts, functions. Sometimes they will ask you their parts, functions directly. Sometimes indirectly also they will ask. Understood? So study that. Clear? Yeah. And the next topic is tropic movements. So which are the different tropic movements are there in plants? So which are the tropic movements are there in plants? Can you tell me? Which are the different tropic movements are there? chemotropism,
Hematotropism.
thigmotropism, geotropism, phototropism, hydrotropism. Yeah. So you have to remember the tropic movements and their functions. Remember their functions, tropic movements. And also we have got this one, plant hormones. Very, 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 very important. बेटा इसके ऊपर 100% क्वेश्चन आता चला. Hormones. Which hormones? Plant hormones. So remember these plant hormones: auxins, gibberellins, cytokinase, abscisic acid, and ethylene. Ethylene. So remember these all these parts, plant hormones and their functions. Okay. And similarly, animal hormones. Animal hormones. Again, you remember, no? In animal hormones, understood. I request you guys about animal hormone, page number 69. Please completely read this full page. Any question can be traced out. Understood? And also in page number 69, they have given the table. Study the table. Very important. If you ask me, so in this chapter, what I want to study? First preference I will give for animal hormones. Second preference I give for plant hormones. Third preference I give for trace the events during reflex action. These are the three core areas. First preference you have to give. And fourth preference you can give for parts of the human brain functions. And fifth for this one, tropic movements. And sixth for synapse neurotransmitters, about that part. So this is the end of the chapter, control and coordination. That's it. And coming back to the next chapter, electricity. In electricity chapter, what we want to study? Very simple. So you need to remember what is the definition of electric current, definition of potential difference, definition of resistance, okay, definition of resistivity, their SI units, Now, how do you measure current? Ammeter. How do you measure potential difference? Voltmeter. How do you measure the resistance? Ohm meter. And the devices which works on the principle of ohm. The devices which works on the principle of Ohm's law, on the principle of Ohm's law. Those devices we call as ohmic devices. Ohmic devices. The devices which works on the principle of Ohm's law. Those are ohmic devices. So what is electric current? SI unit, potential difference, resistance, resistivity. And here they may ask you what is 1 volt. Excuse me. Understood? Ammeter, voltmeter. Sometimes they may ask you to write the difference between ammeter and voltmeter. Difference between ammeter and voltmeter. So children, kindly go through those questions. Okay. And next, the heart of this chapter. The heart of this chapter is what? Not human heart. The heart of this chapter is circuit symbols. You know cell, battery, plug key when it is on, off, wire joint, wire crossing without joining, electric bulb, resistor, variable resistance or rheostat, ammeter, voltmeter. And this battery they will ask you indirectly also. Write the circuit symbol of battery, or they will ask you when the two cells are connected in series. Two cells are connected in series. Say, this is one cell. This two cells if you connect together, we call it as series. This is battery. They won't tell battery. They'll say combination of two cells in series. Write the circuit symbol. Means battery only. Will you study?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. And next, coming back to the concept Ohm's law. Ohm's law. So you have to study what is Ohm's law and their mathematical form. Mathematical form is V is directly proportional to I, V is equals to I into R. This is the mathematical form. Ohm's law. Similarly, what is Joule's law? And mathematical form. Joule's mathematical form of Joule's law is H is equals to I square RT. Sorry, RT. So this is the Joule's law mathematical form. So remember this Ohm's law, remember this Joule's law. And heart of this chapter is what are the factors? Write the factors on which the resistor, the resistance of a conductor depends. See, if they ask you write the factors on resistance of a conductor depends, one question. One more question is there. Write the factors. This is write the factors on resistance of a conductor depends. Here write the factors on heat supplied to a conductor depends. Here we have resistance. Here we have heat. If they ask heat supplied to a conductor depend means write Joule's law. Heat supplied to a conductor depend means Joule's law. Resistance of a conductor depend means based on your resistance, that is R square, that is R is equals to rho L by A. So the resistance of a conductor depends on resistivity, length of a conductor, area of cross section. See, increase in length, decrease in area. Area should decrease, length should increase. Length should decrease, area should decrease. Clear?
Yes.
Understood? Yeah. I hope you have understood this.
Yes.
And children, this topic based you will get the numericals. So you need to study some basic numericals are there till here. That is there in page number 80. And even in page number 81 also you will get the numericals. When the resistors are connected in series and parallel. Here diagram is also there. But actually there is less importance is given for the diagrams here. But based on this topic, numericals are very important. See, sometimes they'll give you 3 resistors are connected in series. Okay. Some resistance values they'll give you. They may ask you to find the effective resistance. Sometimes on the same 2 resistance, here 2 more resistance they will add. They will ask you to write the resistance. Sometimes they'll give you 3 resistors when they are connected in parallel. Some resistance values they'll give you. They'll ask you to find the effective resistance. And sometimes on the same 3 resistances, same 3 resistance, one more resistance they will add here and they'll give you. They ask you to find the effective resistance. Total resistance of this circuit. And sometimes they'll give you here one resistance, here one resistance, here one resistance. Okay. And here one resistance. They are connected together. Okay. They will ask you to find the effective resistance. And even here one resistance. See the arrow mark. Arrow marks are important. Like this, they'll put the arrow marks and they'll ask you to find the effective resistance of this circuit. Some values will be given. Okay. Clear? So, it's just in series and parallel combination they will ask you. Nothing much more. Okay. So, series and parallel we have done. And sometimes they may ask you the question like this. Here we have one resistance, here one resistance. These 2 resistance. And here we have one resistance. And here we have resistances. I mean, now they may ask you to find the effective resistance. Okay. It's simple only. They may ask you a question like this. Done. I hope you can study. And some statement based questions they will ask you. Statement based. Like refrigerator we have. It is working for 3 hours in a day. Understood. Bread toaster. Understood. In 1 month, how much electricity bill is generated? So those all questions actually I have given in my study material scoring package. Please kindly study for rest of the questions based on electricity, how the questions will be asked. In my part 1, I think part 2, physics, I have given part 3. Part 2, I hope. Okay. In that material scoring package, recent video I have released, in that I have given the numericals questions, you can study. And ultimately, we know Joule's law of heating. And what is heating effect of electric current? And name any two or four devices examples of heating effect of electric current. The devices which works on the principle of heating effect of electric current, that is electric toasters, geyser, heaters. These are devices which works on the principle of heating effect of electric current. And ultimately, what is electric power? SI unit. See children, power of a lens is different, electric power is different. Understood? What is electric power? They may ask you. What is electric power? And their SI unit you have to write. And which are the formulas are there? Which are the different formulas are there to find electric power? Clear? Yeah. And you remember we have got one more thing. What is a fuse? They may ask you to write the function of fuse. Write the, excuse me, what is a fuse and write the functions of fuse. Remember. So this is the end of the chapter electricity. And next, coming back to the chapter magnetic effect of electric current. Magnetic effect of electric current. Children, remember one most important thing. You keep your finger like this. Can you see here? Keep your finger like this. As you can see, if you stretch your four fingers like this and thumb finger points towards the upward direction, if the this is my thumb finger and these are the remaining four fingers which are curled fingers, curled. Curled means we are rotating like this. Okay, if the thumb finger moves in the upward direction, you can see the remaining four fingers are moving from right to left. This is called as page inside, inward. Page inward. Inward means these four fingers are pointing towards me. This is called as page inwards. Page inwards means pointing towards me. Means right to left. If the thumb finger goes downward direction, the remaining four fingers are moving from left to right. Means this is page outwards. Page outwards means it is going away from me. From me, it is going outside. In this case, from outside, it is coming towards me. Understood? So this is called as right hand thumb rule. So right hand thumb rule states about this concept, this principle. Based on this, definitely you will get one more question in indirect form. They won't ask directly this question. In indirectly, they'll give some diagram kind of thing they will ask you. So remember this only simple logic. Just check it out. Where direction of current. See the direction of current and tell how the magnetic field is produced. If current is moving upward, this is the magnetic field direction. If the current is moving downward, this is the magnetic field direction. Understood? Towards the page, away from the page, outside the page. Understood? And very important is activity. We have an activity that is bar magnet with a compass needle. Understood? You have to describe this activity of a bar magnet by using a compass needle. And children, here in page number 95, you have a diagram. Page number 95, you have a diagram. The diagram is important. It is there for your exam. Okay. Now, magnetic field in a straight conductor, we have already learned. Yeah. Based on this magnetic field and bar magnet, they will ask you the properties. One important question is there. Write the properties of magnetic field lines. Write the properties of magnetic field lines. Children, based on this, they'll give you diagrammatical based questions. They'll give you diagrams. Okay. In every point, please see the diagram. Because those diagrams will be relating to each point. They are not intersecting lines. Understood. The magnetic field lines are strong at the poles. Are you getting? They are the curved lines. Based on every property, they can frame that property as a diagram. They can frame that property as a diagram and they will ask you for 1 mark. So that is a diagram based question. So we know the right hand thumb rule and ultimately the one more important thing is magnetic field due to a magnetic field due to a current through a circular loop. Yeah, please study this paragraph. Page number 100. I request you guys, page number 100, kindly study this paragraph. Magnetic field due to a current through a circular loop. And even the solenoid, page number 101, very important solenoid. So based on solenoid, definitely you can expect the question. If you are going inside the exam hall also, please study and go solenoid. And how we can prepare the electromagnet. It's everything is there in that only. And even we have an activity. See, this activity means this is 3 mark question. Wherever I say activity, it's a 3 mark question. Page number 102, you can see there is an activity. They may ask you that. You have to explain the force on a current carrying conductor in a magnetic field. You need to describe that activity. Okay, based on this activity, you have a law, that is Fleming's left hand rule. Fleming's left hand rule. You have to state Fleming's left hand rule. And based on this left hand rule, you have an activity. You have an activity. The direction of the force acting on a conductor. Understood? The mechanical force. So you have an activity based on Fleming's left hand rule. Even you need to study that. And ultimately, the end of this chapter, we have a domestic electric circuit. And children, one more thing I have forgotten in electricity chapter. Actually, this topic is related to both the chapters. That is overloading. Okay. So they may ask you, what are the reasons for overloading and what are the measures you are going to use to prevent overloading? They may ask you this question. It's one of the most important question. What are the reasons for overloading and what are the measures you use to prevent overloading? And one more question, it comes in electricity chapter. Why do we not connect the resistors in series? Why do we recommend the resistors to connect it in parallel? They may ask you, is it advantageous to connect the resistors in parallel? Why? Resistors को parallel में connect करना अच्छा है, series से बेहतर है. क्यों? They may ask you, what is the reasons we connect the resistors in parallel? If you connect in series, what happens? If one circuit fails, all the circuits also will fail because when they are connected in series. If one stop, the others also will stop. But in parallel, if this stop, this will be working. If this stop, this will be working. Am I right? Yeah. And regarding domestic electric circuit, we have got 3 wires. Am I right? We have 3 wires. Live wire, neutral wire and earthing wire. We have got 3 wires. Please remember the names of their wires and their colors. Yeah, this time they may ask you this question. Be careful. We have got 3 wires, no? One is live wire, neutral wire and earthing wire. Live wire is in red color, neutral wire is in black color and earthing wire is in green color. Usually the earthing wire is connected to a live wire. अर्थिंग वायर किसे कनेक्ट करके रहती है? लाइव वायर के साथ में कनेक्ट करके रहती है. Whenever if there is a more amount of current flows, to prevent that, earthing wire will start functioning. Understood? Now they may ask you, what is the importance of earthing? In any of the form they may ask you this question. Why earthing of metallic appliances are required? Why do we do earthing for metallic appliances? Clear? So and also here also we get the concept called as a fuse. Here also fuse will come. So functioning of fuse. Understood? And how do you connect fuse in a circuit? Fuse is connected in series. Remember, fuse is connected in series. Ammeter is connected in series. Both are connected in series. And similarly, voltmeter is connected in parallel. Voltmeter is connected in parallel in an electric circuit. So this is the end of the chapter, magnetic effect of electric current. Done? So my dear students, completely we have done the quick recap on the part 1 syllabus of your class 10 science. Now we'll begin with class 10 science part 2. So the next chapter is metals and non-metals. Metals and non-metals. Children, in this chapter, I recommend you guys to study page number 3. Please study page number 3. Open the before going for page number 3, I want you have to study the differences between metals and non-metals. Very important. Again, I am telling you, this question may come for your exam. Write the difference between metals and non-metals. Children, if they ask metals and non-metals means easy. But with that they will add one flavor. You know, they add one flavor. You should write the difference between metals and non-metals with respect to their physical properties. They will mention. With respect to their chemical properties, they will mention. With respect to their physical properties, you should differentiate them. With respect to chemical properties, you need to differentiate them. So this is one of the most important question. My heart is telling this question may come. Remember, समझदार को इशारा काफी है. And next, page number 3. This is 1 mark question. Page number 3. You can see there is a table 3.1. Below that, point 1 is there. You can see these points. Sub points is there. Page number 3 and page number 4. It's a continuation. Please tick those page. Study that points. It's one of the most important points for 1 mark question. Study those points. With that, page number 4, they have given some questions. Please answer those questions. You need to study. Clear? Yeah. And coming back to one most important thing, that is reaction. What happens when metals are react with air? What happens when metals are react with water? Children, this reaction is important. Reaction of metal with reactions of metals with air. Reactions of metals with water. Please study that. Reactions of air, in that we have page number 5. Page number 5. Please kindly read this full page once. Once you go through it, you will understand. Page number 5 and 6. Study that. Page number 5 and 6. And here in page number 7, we have a diagram. Action of steam on a metal. Very important diagram. Please do not neglect and carefully label them. What they are asking in the exam. Okay, children. Based on this reaction of steam on a metal, excuse me. See here. That is reaction of steam we have run, right? Yeah, based on this only we have this metals react with water. This topic will comes with this only. In this one small question they will ask you, and it is one of the most repeated question. You know that calcium when it reacts with water, understood, it does not catches fire. Let me ask you this question. Give reason. When calcium reacts with water, it does not catches fire. But same thing when sodium or potassium, when they react with water, it catches fire. Give reason. It is one of the most important question. My heart is telling this question may come. So that information is there in page number 7. Clear? Yeah. And page number 9. Page number 9. Once you read this, read, I am telling read. Page number 9, read that paragraph. That is also the, see this, page number 9, the topic is related to displacement reaction. The topic is related to displacement reaction only. No worries. You can study that.
Yes.
Okay. And apart from that, we have some give reasons questions. See children, in this chapter, please collect all the give reasons questions and you can study. That I already have given in my scoring package material and also passing package material. Understood. I have given one material called as passing package. In that metals and non-metals related questions I have given. Kindly go through it. And my heart is telling one more thing. It will come. That is formation of sodium chloride molecule. Formation of sodium chloride, magnesium chloride, aluminum chloride. My heart is telling this may come. Any one out of this. And my heart is also telling one more thing. Sir, please study and go properties of ionic compounds. Study what are the properties of ionic compound. Based on these properties of ionic compound, they will get a give reason question. Give reasons question. That topic is there in give reasons question, page number 13. In page number 13, already they have given those points. Kindly go through it. Okay. And how can you extract the metals from its ore? Extraction of metal from its ore, where we have got a process called as roasting, calcination. Okay. So you need to remember this process. What is roasting? What is calcination? And also how we can extract the metals by using electrolytic refining. Please study that topic. Again, I am repeating. Study what is roasting, what is calcination, and what is electrolytic refining. And also remember what is mineral and what is ore. Remember this definition. Again, I am repeating. What is roasting, calcination. Examples also you have to study about roasting and calcination. What is roasting? What is calcination? And next is what is electrolytic refining? What is mineral? What is ore? What is gangue particles? Gangue. Gangue. What is gangue? What is gangue? And what are alloys? You need to study in this chapter. What are alloys? Give example of alloys. And we have got different alloys such as brass, bronze, solder, stainless steel. Understood? These all are what? Alloys. And you should remember their constituents. Constituents means how you can prepare brass. So what are the materials are required to prepare brass? And their uses. About this, their uses. And also what is amalgam? What is amalgam? Okay. So kindly study these things and how corrosion takes place. How corrosion takes place, their causes and preventive measures. How can you prevent corrosion? How can you prevent corrosion? So we have got different methods to prevent corrosion, such as galvanization, painting. You remember, no? You have to remember these methods. Please, once you make a note of these all the methods, you keep it a note and you study. Understood? And again, I'm repeating, give reasons questions are important from this chapter. This is the end of the chapter, metals and non-metals. And electrolytic refining of copper diagram is there. That is important. In case if it's going to come, it comes for 2 marks. Understood? Action of steam on a metal. In case if it's going to come, it may come for 3 marks. Okay. And next we have got a chapter. Carbon and its compounds. Carbon and its compounds. So in carbon and compound, they may ask you to write the versatile nature of carbon. Versatile nature of carbon. This is one of the important question. Versatile nature of carbon. And they may ask you to write the properties of carbon, such as what is catenation? What is catenation? What is isomerism? That is also called as structural isomers. Structural isomers. What is the versatile nature of carbon? Properties, that is catenation. Okay. And next is carbon is a tetravalent compound. Why? Give reason. Carbon is tetravalent. Carbon is a tetravalent compound. They may ask you this. And one more thing, the difference between saturated and unsaturated hydrocarbon. Saturated and unsaturated hydrocarbon. And what is homologous series? What is homologous series? Based on this, they will ask you one indirect question. They'll give you some carbon compound. They may ask you to arrange them in homologous. Which path? Series 1, series 2. It is already came in your prepared question paper based on homologous. The carbon compounds which they differ by a CH3 group. Understood? Those group are called as homologous series. Okay. Homologous series. And also we have a functional groups. Functional groups. Kindly study page number 30. Study page number 30 for functional groups. Clear? And I said you about one part, structural isomers. They may ask you, write the isomers of butane, write the isomers of butane and pentane. They may ask you to write their molecular formula and structural formula. So we have the isomers of butane. We have two isomers of butane and three isomers of pentane. The two isomers of butane are N-butane, isobutane. The isomers of pentane, N-pentane, isopentane, neopentane. Draw the structures. Children, I request you to study page number 32. Page number 32. Question number 3. Page number 32. Question number 3. Repeated question number 4 and question number 5. Very, 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 very important. Again, I am repeating. These 3 questions are very, very, very important from your textbook side. 3, 4 and 5. And long answer. Any question can be formed based on this topic. That is chemical properties of carbon compounds. Yeah, children, I don't know what you will do in this chapter, but you should do this. That is chemical properties of carbon compounds. 100% you want to study. No option. Any question can be given. Please read this full page. Read this full page. We have combustion. Okay. We have oxidation, addition, substitution. We have different reactions, and also there are so many reactions they have given after every topic. They may ask you any reaction based question, any definition, any statement. But one question is sure based on these chemical properties of carbon compounds. I request you once again sit at home and read this point to point, line by line. I am telling you now itself. And also page number 35. You have to study. No other option. Some important carbon compound, that is ethanol and ethanoic acid. Based on this, in all the papers, if you study model papers or preparatory papers, based on this ethanol and ethanoic acid questions are there. Such as what is esterification is there, ethanol, how can you convert ethanol? Understood? Ethanoic acid, esters, how the esters are formed, uses of esters. So many questions are there based on this topic. So I request you guys to study those things in detail. Again, I am telling chemical properties and properties of ethanol, ethanoic acid. ध्यान रखो बेटा, ये दो में से कौन सा देवी एक आता? अगर से केमिकल प्रॉपर्टीज पूछे एथेनॉल के ऊपर क्वेश्चन नहीं आता. अगर से एथेनॉल के ऊपर क्वेश्चन आया केमिकल प्रॉपर्टीज पर से नहीं आता. 2 in 1. और एक है क्लींजिंग एक्शन ऑफ सोप. Mechanism of cleansing action of soap. This one देखो बेटा, from this chapter, this is the heart of this chapter. ये तीन जो टॉपिक्स हैं बहुत क्रूशियल टॉपिक्स, इंपॉर्टेंट टॉपिक्स एंड स्कोरिंग टॉपिक्स. ये तीन टॉपिक्स को स्टडी करना कंपलसरी है. यू हैव टू स्टडी एट एनी कॉस्ट. हुक और कुक यू वांट टू स्टडी chemical properties of carbon compounds, understood about ethanol and ethanoic acid, and cleansing action of soap. These 3 topics are crucial topics. अगर से तुम ना क्वेश्चन बनया तो ये 3 टॉपिक्स के ऊपर तुम ना 3 मार्क का या 4 मार्क का जो भी क्वेश्चन है इस चैप्टर से उसके ऊपर क्वेश्चन आता है बेस्ड ऑन दिस टॉपिक. अगर से 4 मार्क का क्वेश्चन उन्हें चूज करना तो कहां से चूज करता? ये 3 टॉपिक से चूज करता. अभी बता रहा हूं. He will choose the question while setting the paper from these topics only. And apart from that, ultimately you have to remember some molecular and structural formula of simplest hydrocarbon they will ask you. It's a basic question. Simplest hydrocarbon is methane, CH4. You can draw the structure. Similarly, they will ask you some this one, methane, ethane, butane, pentane, ethene, propane, butane, pentane, ethyne, propine, butane, pentane, cyclopropane, cyclobutane, cyclohexane. These topics you know. And benzene, toluene, naphthalene, salicylic acid. So those structures you need to study. So that is the end of the chapter, carbon and its compounds. And ultimately we are almost reaching to the point to end of this session. That is, how do organisms reproduce? Children, this is one of the chapter, most important chapter. As of now, what I recommend you for this chapter is, please study only two things for this chapter. From your all the model papers and preparatory papers, question number 35 you can study. First material to study for this chapter, question number 35 from all the papers. First. Second, what you should study is, please study the different modes of asexual reproduction. So the different modes of asexual reproduction. Children, you have to study this topic carefully. Again, I'm telling, this complete topic you have to study carefully. It is one of the most important topic where the questions can be asked for you in the exam. Remember, different modes of asexual mode of reproduction. And question number 35. Okay. And what is the importance of variation? Why variations are so important? Like this, they may ask you for 2 marks. Importance of variation. Okay. So kindly study that. And this one about pollination. They may ask you, what is pollination?
Transformation.
What is pollination? Difference between self-pollination and cross-pollination. Difference between self-pollination, cross-pollination. And page number 51, 52, 53 and 54. Almost. It's a continuation of that. You have to study. In case if you study this also well and good. If not, if you study that question number 35 said no, that is also well and good. So this topic answers, question number 35 related question answers, you will get from this page number 51, 52, 53, 54 only. So all the questions which has been setted in page number 35, sorry, question number 35 in your question paper will be selected from these pages only. From these pages only the questions have been asked. So kindly go through it. And ultimately we come to the chapter heredity. My dear students, still if you are not subscribed to my YouTube channel Shah Sir Classes, kindly do subscribe it and click the bell icon. And also do not forget to click the like button and hype button, both together. Clear? And at last, don't forget to comment how was our sessions, how was our videos, and how much our sessions are helpful for you guys. And next, coming back to the chapter heredity. So, what I want to study heredity, nothing to study in heredity, only one thing to study in heredity. That is heredity only. That is, study your question paper, heredity based question. Only two things. Either from monohybrid checkerboard or dihybrid checkerboard. The questions are there. If not, how do you determine the sex of a child? Whether it is a male child or female child. Same thing they will ask you, how his father is responsible for to determine a sex of a child. But almost the answers are similar to each other. So about the sex of a child and how the father is responsible for that. And based on some DNA based question they will ask you. Clear? Checkerboard you have to study. So that is the end of the chapter heredity. Nothing much. And straightforward you will get 3 marks from this chapter. Clear?
Yes, sir.
And now we come back to the chapter light. Light reflection and refraction. In light refraction and refraction, the first thing is, the most important thing is loss. Loss of reflection, Laws of refraction. My dear students, in refraction we have got two laws. In reflection also we have got two laws. But in refraction, second law of refraction is also called as Snell's law. Sometimes individually they will ask you, state Snell's law. So remember these topics. And very importantly, here the next thing is differences. Differences. Write the difference between spherical mirrors, and spherical lenses. One question. Direct spherical mirror and spherical lens. And sometimes concave mirror, convex mirror. Sometimes concave lens and convex lens. Differences. And based on these mirrors and lenses, concave mirror, concave lens, convex lens, uses. Based on this use, sometimes they'll ask you give reason question. Based on any one use, like a convex mirror is used in a rear view mirror in a vehicles. Why? Give reason. Okay. And clear?
Yes.
Great. And one question you will be getting based on magnification. This time 100% one question you will get based on magnification. Compulsory. You can study your model papers, study your preparatory papers, study your lesson based assessment, that is LBA. You can see certain questions based on magnification. Study those questions. You will get an idea for that. Clear? And remember, some basic definitions are there. So how will you get the basic definitions? That is nothing but ray diagrams. For you people, we have got the ray diagrams. Ray diagrams is based on concave mirrors. Based on concave mirrors and based on convex lens. Based on 6 ray diagram, based on 6 ray diagrams. You have to study carefully and it is compulsory question for 3 marks. Concave mirrors 6, convex lens 6. In that they'll ask you sub questions also. You have to write the answer for that after drawing the ray diagram. Not only drawing the diagram is important. After that they will ask you write the size of the image, nature of the image, where is the image formed. These 3 sub options also they will ask you along with the ray diagram. You have to write this. Carefully read the question first before you could draw a ray diagram. In that some basic definitions they will ask you based on this ray diagram. The basic definitions are what? Define principal axis, what? Center of curvature, next pole, focal length, and next is optic center, aperture. So these basic definitions you need to study. Okay. And along with that, one more important thing, what happens when the light is moving from two different mediums? When the light travels in two different mediums, how they are going to behave? Example, let me take these two things. How the refraction of light takes place. Example, this is my air medium and this is my water medium. And here, see, air means we call it as rarer medium here. Water means we call it as denser medium here. When a light is traveling from rarer medium to denser medium, how it behaves? When the light travels from denser medium to rarer medium, how it behaves? Actually, when the light is traveling from rarer to denser, it should go straight. Am I right? But actually, it doesn't go straight. Here, when it is touching the surface, it creates a normal. Understood? When the light is refracted on a surface, when it is incident on a surface, it hits the surface. At that point, we create a normal to the axis, to this axis. Then the light will move. How? When the light moves from air to water, how it behaves? Towards the normal or away from the normal? Huh? Here, how it behaves is, it moves towards the normal. Look at here. That moves towards the normal. See? Actually, it should go straight, but it is not going straight. It is coming towards the normal. When the light is moving from, remember, based on this, they will ask you a pencil. When pencil is dipped in the water, it is bending. How it's happening? Kind of give reason question they will ask you. Just you should tell that here actually when the lights when the pencil is inserted from inside the water. Actually, first it was air medium. First earlier the pencil was in air medium, and some part of the pencil is dipped inside the water, means it is moving in the denser medium. So it looks towards the normal. Give reason question. Similarly, when the light is incident here, actually it should go straight, but it doesn't go straight. Here we create a normal and the light is moving away from the normal. Let me ask you this question. Remember this step, remember this concept. It will be very much helpful in case if they ask you any set of questions related to this. How the refraction of light takes place when the light is moving in two different mediums. Based on this topic, we have a concept called as refractive index. They may ask you the definition of this. What is refractive index? And based on this, some basic question they will ask you. Basic questions they will ask you based on refractive index. Even based on this, you can study a preparatory question paper, or you can study my scoring package material question paper. Okay, scoring package, physics scoring package. In that, based on this refractive index based questions I have given. Clear? You can study those things. And ultimately, we have done almost maximum things. And remember the lens formula and magnification formula for mirrors and lenses. Okay, so that formula will be helpful for you guys to solve the numerical. So one is called as mirror formula, other one is lens formula. And here we have got magnification, how you can find the magnification in a mirror, how you can find the magnification in a lens. And ultimately we have a concept called as power of a lens. What is power of a lens? Write its SI unit. So SI unit of power of a lens is diopter. Diopter is the SI unit of lens. Okay. So this is the end of the chapter, light, reflection and refraction. So we have left out with few chapters. The next chapter is human eye and a colorful world. Children, in this human eye, they will ask you few basic questions. What is near point and far point? And defects of vision, myopia, hypermetropia, presbyopia and cataract. And their causes, any two causes, how that defect is going to form and measures. And also function of the parts of the eye. They may ask you to write the function of cornea, pupil, lens, ciliary muscles, and this one blind spot and optic nerve. Optic nerve. And what is power of accommodation? Very, very, very important question. Right, Joseph? What is power of accommodation? Okay. And how it is helpful to find the distant objects and nearby objects. How the ciliary muscles are helpful to see a nearby and distant objects. And you have to study what is dispersion of light. Based on dispersion of light, you have a concept called as refraction. This is activity. They may ask you this activity. Refraction of light through a glass prism. Refraction of light through a glass slab. They say through a glass slab, they will say, or prism. You need to explain. Based on this, page number 96 is there. One triangle question they have given. Can you see this figure? Yeah, based on that figure, they may ask you to identify the emergent ray, or else they ask you to find the angle of emergent ray. Two things they will ask you on this question. They may ask you to identify the emergent ray in this figure, and also to find the angle of emergent ray, which is formed in this diagram. These two questions they will ask you. Okay. Sorry, that is this one. 1 minute. Dispersion of light through a glass slab. This is one activity, and this is one prism one activity. There are two activities are there. You need to study both the activities. Here you can see dispersion of white light by a glass prism. Clear?
Yes.
And formation of rainbow. This is also one activity. Formation of rainbow and atmospheric refraction. So based on atmospheric refraction, what are the things going to happen? Twinkling of star, they may ask you. Advanced sunrise, delayed sunset. This topic you need to study. And why planets twinkle but stars twinkle but planet do not twinkle, or else why this one based on next topic is scattering of light. They may ask you this definition, what is scattering of light, and they may ask you what is Tyndall effect and why the color of the sky. Based on Tyndall effect, some give reasons questions they will ask you. Okay, why the color of the sky appear dark to an astronaut instead of blue. So these questions you need to study from this chapter, human eye and a colorful world. And at last but not least, our environment. So that is our last chapter of this syllabus. Yeah, my dear students, if any students are interested to join our academy, Evershine Coaching Center, the admissions are get started for the academic year 26-27. Here we do conduct classes from class 1st to 12th standard for all the boards. And for the limited students, we are running with a up to 50% discount. So if any students are interested, you can join for regular classes, online and offline, especially for 10th standard and PUC. And also we conduct international classes for international level. And if any students who are need to take an admission as a private student for direct SSLC and PUC, we enroll even those students. Here we complete the entire syllabus. Okay, these all are the features of our institute, as you can just go through it. Here we completely complete the syllabus, conduct mock testers, revisions, and sufficient study materials will be given to them to score in the upcoming boards. Clear? Thank you. You can insist about this message to your friends, so let they also get benefited out of it. And even you guys, if you're planning for first PU and second PU, you can join our academy. The next chapter is our environment. So this is the last chapter of class 10 syllabus for this academic year. So children, here you can get a question based on ecosystem and its components. So remember, what is ecosystem? You can expect a question. What is ecosystem? And also remember the different types of ecosystem. We have write the different components of a ecosystem. They will ask you. We have two components in ecosystem. One is biotic and other one is abiotic. So remember, they may ask you to classify this ecosystem. Classify the different components in ecosystem. One is biotic ecosystem, other one is abiotic ecosystems. Clear? So based on this biotic and abiotic ecosystem, and next topic, they may ask you to write the difference between this one, renewable sources of energy and non-renewable sources of energy. What is the another name? Based on renewable and non-renewable, they will ask you another way. Biodegradable. Yeah, they may ask you the question this based on this. Write the difference between biodegradable and non-biodegradable substances. Both are same. Renewable, non-renewable is nothing but biodegradable and non-biodegradable substances. Clear? And ultimately, we come to the topic, what is food chain? They may ask you, what is food web? They may ask you, and ultimately, they may ask you the question based on tropic movements. Okay? And before going for tropic movement, one more important question is there. The flow of energy is unidirectional. The flow of energy is unidirectional, means always energy flow in one direction. Why? Give reason. This is one of the most important question. And also they may ask you the question based on decomposers. What are decomposers? And related question to decomposers they will ask you. So kindly study these questions very importantly. And now we'll come back to the pyramid. In pyramid we have different topic levels like T1, T2, T3, T4. Okay. In this they will ask you which is most affected, which is least affected, and some questions related to that. Clear? So based on tropic movements, they may ask you the question. And based on this, we have a law that is called as 10% law. They may ask you what is 10% law? Definition. 10% law. They may ask you the question. And based on this tropic movement, they may ask you a problem that is numerical. They understood grass, grasshopper, remember, frog, snake, eagle. So this have 5000 kilojoules of energy. How much energy this will be left out? Based on that, I think if you refer some question papers, you will get the question related to this numerical part. You can study those. You can study that question. That is one of the most important question. And ultimately, ozone layer. They may ask you, see children, what is ozone layer? What is ozone layer depletion? Or how is ozone layer formed? How is ozone layer formed? Ozone layer depletion. What are the causes for ozone layer depletion? What are the causes for ozone layer depletion? Or which are the gases responsible for ozone layer depletion? Or what are the effects due to ozone layer depletion? What are the effects will happens? Okay. And ultimately, what are the measures you are going to use to prevent ozone layer depletion? Or why ozone layer depletion is so harmful to our environment or to our atmosphere? They may ask you. And at last, see children, in this topic, your tropic movements, tropic levels, tropic movement is the other chapter, how to organize and reproduce. That chapter. Sorry, this one, control and coordination. In that chapter we get. But here, tropic levels, that is tropic movement. This is tropic level. And how do you manage the garbage? Okay, how do you manage the garbage? And at last, but not least, what is biomagnification? Definition. You need to study what is biomagnification and why it is so important to manage the garbage. See children, based on this manage the garbage, based on biodegradable and non-biodegradable, based on these two topics, they will ask you give reason question. Example, Karnataka government has banned the use of plastic bags. Now they are insisting to use polythene bags. Why? Give reason. They may ask you. Plastics are banned. Understood. So such type of give reasons question they will ask you based on biodegradable, non-biodegradable, and also based on how you can manage the garbage. Clear, all of you? I hope the concepts are clear to guys, for you all guys. And again, I'm repeating, the chances of asking chemistry diagrams are more. First thing, chemistry diagrams chances are more. In physics, your ray diagram is most important. Ray diagram and this one, circuit symbols. Circuit symbols and ray diagrams are important. Chemistry, all the three diagrams are important. The chances are high you can expect one diagram or two diagrams also from chemistry. And from biology, one diagram is sure, either heart, nephron or brain. Out of these three, any one. In case if they ask stomata, they may ask for one more. So this is related to diagram side. All of you got this point? Yeah. So, my dear students, all the best for your upcoming boards. Here we have completely done the recap for the entire syllabus of class 10 science. A quick recap along with model papers, LBA, and all the sufficient materials. Clear? Thank you. All the best. See you soon with the next session. And if you have liked this session, do not forget to comment below once again how was this class and what video you want to make us next. Okay? And if you're not subscribed, subscribe it, follow the channel, and get out of out. Take care. All the best.